Oh, buddy, ladies and gentlemen, that is right. Episode 225 of the JB and Benny Blue review. How are you fine folks doing? It is hotter than a mug out here in sunny Los Angeles, California, aka Big Ten country. That's right. We are now members of the Big Ten here in sunny Los Angeles. Can you believe it? It is a crazy thing to experience. We hope all you are fine folks are doing well, whether you are joining us here Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram at JB and Benny Blue. Please make sure to subscribe, like, share, tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your brother about us. Do whatever you need to do to get people to this fine, savagely recording. And make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel for exclusive content, interviews, YouTube shorts, the whole goddamn thing. Dr. Bridges himself will be joining us in a moment. He is quite literally caught in traffic out there in the desert. Salute to all of our folks there in Phoenix, AZ. And make sure to follow us on Instagram individually. That's right, at 73KingJB73 for Dr. Bridges and myself, at Benny Blue Eyes. And of course, make sure to follow us on TikTok. No, I'm not doing no goddamn dances, at JB and Benny Blue for all of our clips. Got some special guests joining us here, and you can catch them on casualsports.com. That's KSRN Arizona, live streaming out of Phoenix. If you ever miss this episode, you can always tap in with them and make sure to get their content live streaming whenever you want it. You can get it right there. And listen, if you still want our podcast, you can have it for the price of $1 hot dollar. Go to patreon.com/JB and Benny Blue, and you get the exclusive podcast, the exclusive content, and more. Dr. T, we see you, appreciate you tapping in. Oh, and speaking of Dr. T, do you need a new or pre-owned vehicle? Get it, our guy, Dr. Tim Tinkle. It's timtobuy.com. Text review to 555-444-7003. That's 515-444-7003, or follow him and shoot him a DM at It's Tim to Buy on Instagram, and he will get you into the car of your dreams. I promise. And man, listen, you see the goddamn shirt. ValleyBoysAssociation.com, the official clothing sponsor of the JB and Benny Blue Review. Head over to ValleyBoysAssociation.com and use code podcast22 for 20% off your order at checkout. They got a whole dope fresh kit coming in just in time for the pool parties, the barbecues, whatever you need. So make sure to tap in with our friends at Valley Boys Association. Listen, man, sponsorship, questions, hate mail. If you want to be a guest on the show, get at us. JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com. All right? That's what we doing around here, man. Listen, like Dr. T just did, drop in a comment, drop in a question at any point, and we will get to that over the course of this fine, savagely broadcast. Coming up, baby, 50 days until the start of the NFL season. That's right, 50 days, all right? And wouldn't you know it, joining us from his car, and apparently he has a name change. It's King KB. Who the hell is King KB? What are you, Quincy Bridges now? Oh my! Look at this production value. We gotta hire an intern around here to spell this shit right. Good God Almighty! All right, look, folks. JB's gonna figure it out. He's clearly sitting in his car doing God knows what. So we're gonna get him back on the show, but we ain't gonna bury the lead any longer. We have two fine guests joining us here from the Casual Sports family. He is the co-host of Microphone Masters. He is also the co-host of Easy Sports Talk there at NBC Sports Radio there in Phoenix. Of course, part of the casualsports.com, KSRN Arizona family. The one, the only, the grays in his beard equal experience. Our guy, Javon J. Love Adams, baby.
Yes, sir, man.
Damn deal, sir. Wait, we got production value now. We got the claps. Wait, can we hear the claps? Oh, do we hear the claps? Yes. Thank you, StreamYard, for adding sound to this production. I
should have my wife, as she like to say, like, doctor up this beard and the grays and all that good stuff. But yeah, happy to be here.
Hey, man, you look like you're wise in your years. And notice I did not say old. All right, you're wise in your years. Okay.
Distinguished gentleman is what I like to say.
Distinguished gentleman. I love it. Talking about another distinguished gentleman with a new name, talking about JB's ass. Oh, he's joining us from parts unknown. He is also part of the Casual Sports KSRN Arizona family. He is now affectionately known as Mountain Man, a.k.a. Money Making Mitchell Hughes. Ooh, buddy. Mr. Hughes, welcome back to the program, sir. How we doing?
Thank you.
How we doing, man? I know your parts unknown with bad Wi-Fi, but talk to the people. Jesus.
Oh, we're doing good up here right now. Getting ready to move, which is sadly why I don't have my headphones. You know, you pack 2 weeks in advance and you realize you pack everything. So,
damn.
2 weeks I'll be in the Grand Canyon, and then I'll take a little hiatus from here, and then it's going to be a great time. See what areas I can hike down there and see if I can do some nice little water search and rescues for them.
Rim to rim to rim.
Dope. Yeah, the Grand Canyon is beautiful. Will, what up? Appreciate you tapping in. Mitch, all I'm saying is just don't let us see you on in 2 years on a Netflix documentary. All right, let's you know what I mean. We don't need the murder mystery where you had to kill your hiking partner because they were trying to eat you while you're falling asleep. You know what I mean?
So right now where I work, it's like a little town of 500 people, but it's really touristy, and they actually just made a documentary about our town.
Oh,
and it's just like Jersey Shore style with river rafting, and it's so bad that I'm not willing to say the name on this show and give it publicity. They call it the Las Vegas of Oregon up here, and there's only 500 people. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Mitch, just be for real. You're on the show. You just had to sign an NDA. Come on, man. You know you're going to pop up in season 3. Is that Mitch? Is that Mitch with his shirt off with a gold chain?
No, you will never see Mitch with his shirt off on TV. You're good.
Oh my God! All right. Speaking of necessary viewing, gentlemen. All right, we're here as we wait for JB to hop back on with us. Like I said in the intro, man, we are 50 days away from the regular season. Mr. Adams,
yes, sir.
Just how are you feeling in your spirit being this close to the season? How does it make you feel this day?
Man, I'm good. I'm good because there are so many people that agonize over a couple of weeks ago when we had the overs and unders come up in terms of for those who love to bet in terms of over and under on teams win totals. But I'm good. It's funny because when you listen to being in the Phoenix metropolitan area that I'm in, is you hear the worry and just the agonizing over the first and only so far playoff appearance of Kyler Murray, and you hear this, can he get over the hump? Man, he was there one time. Can we let a brother breathe? But that's how the football season is, because it's a sprint, not necessarily a marathon or maybe a half marathon or a 10K, right, as opposed to the other sports.
Right. And listen, we all of us know being in this podcast media world that this is what we call the dead zone of content. It's like, oh my God, Kevin Durant's going to get traded to the Suns. I know he is. It's like, you have no sourcing on that. You are completely bullshitting. That's what they have to do. The talking head shows, they need something to talk about. And that's what you look at.
And real quick, it's funny because along those lines, and it can go, especially as you mentioned, this is that dead time. But I heard, this is what would happen. This is before DeAndre Ayton decided to re-sign with the Suns. So just bear with me. But it was one segment on what if he re-signs? And then it was, what if he doesn't? Next segment, let's get into it. I mean, really? I mean, this is what we have to do. And you have to continue to churn that. It's interesting. And folks, I guess enough folks eat it up to where that it's a part of the programming, but goodness gracious, sometimes you just got to just take a deep breath and try to just look into other little nuggets and bits of information that can hold your attention as well.
Yeah. Well, speaking of taking a deep breath and looking into that information, Mitch, 50 days out. Give me the general assessment. By the way, we're going to be talking about your guy here at the end of the show, but give me the general feeling about Titans, Malik Willis going into camp, Derrick Henry, what are they doing with the defense? What are your thoughts 50 days out from the season, good sir?
I don't have the highest hopes this season.
Oh, no.
I'm hoping for a wild card appearance so I can care about my team a little bit longer.
Jesus. This man is glum.
I can't wait to see Derrick Henry back to full health. Obviously, he's one of the more exciting NFL players, and I luckily get to watch him every Sunday on my team. Malik Willis, I've seen him on Last Chance U. He's hilarious, making fun of other teams. I hope that they catch that on, their mic'd up stuff if possible. But I don't have the highest hopes for Malik Willis at this point. I think Vrabel's going to Vrabel. He'll get us to 9 to 10 wins, and hopefully we sneak in. That's all I hope. There's no hope for me.
Okay. That was wow. Mitch, that ended very sad.
It did.
There's no hope for me. Is it? Be honest. Is that why you're going to the Grand Canyon, just so you can avoid technology and you have no red zone, you have no social media, just the season's a wash.
Probably. That's probably it. Whether I consciously knew that or not, it might just be subconsciously I did that. All right. Well.
Maybe so.
God bless you. Listen, season hasn't started. It's all conjecture. It's all who's gonna get traded? Who's gonna get hurt in training camp? It's all the storylines are coming. Know they're coming.
Yes, all indeed.
Right. So look, we're still waiting for Dr. Bridges' ass. Good God Almighty! So we have a show to do here, people, and damn it, we're gonna do it. So we're talking KSRN Arizona. We're talking casual sports. So that means we gotta get into the Boyd gang with a little review reaction news. Bird Gang training camp Savage preview. Let me cue up the music for this. Boom. All right. So, Mr. Adams, you are there.
Yes, sir.
You're the only one currently on this fine live stream that is in the market that we're going to be speaking of. So I'm throwing this first one to you.
Yes, sir.
He was here, but we'll get his thoughts here in a moment when he jumps on. News here, pretty good news for the Bird Gang. Talk about shoring things up. Rodney Hudson apparently coming back next year at center. What do you think that does to not only help kind of stabilize Kyler, but also maybe make a bigger commitment, or at least help with maybe what they were trying to build off with, with the running game going into the new year?
I think if nothing else, it's a year-to-year proposition when it comes to Rodney, but the fact that he's there is better than having to have they had Pugh that was filling in on taking some snaps at center beforehand.
Oh yeah,
he's definitely talented. So being able to have him and maybe him be able to continue to build that chemistry with Kyler is important. But again, Kyler is that one that's going to be the overall kind of the tide that lifts all boats when we think about this, because it's not just the contract situation, but it's his demeanor and how we see him interact on the sidelines with his teammates. So when things aren't going well, but when you have that center there, at least that's one less thing that you have to worry about as a team, as an organization. You just want your starting quarterback or who you believe is your franchise quarterback to continue to grow.
Yeah, and I almost kind of look at it akin, maybe, he's not quite as good, but maybe a good comp, at least for the Bird Gang, as much as the Bird Gang faithful don't want to hear it, would be like Andrew Whitworth coming back to the Rams, where it's like, yeah, maybe he's in a position where he needs to retire, but he has enough, on-field knowledge, even if his physical skills are diminishing, to where he can kind of be the glue that holds together, particularly like in their situation. Yeah, Matt Stafford was, of course, a veteran, but he's coming into a brand new situation. Whereas with you have Kyler, you need that mature voice, I think, to kind of, like you said, be the tide that lifts the boat. Like, no, man, we need to take the next step, and I'm building the continuity because I'm literally the dude who hands you the ball every play. So him having to learn with a new guy, I think that's actually going to help Kyler really kind of get mature, evolve his game, and just have a sense of continuity so he can focus on more of the important things, with Cliff and with the play calling and just getting his rhythm. You know what I mean?
It should. And one of the things that my partner, Ed Smith, always has been beating the drum on that for the last 2+ seasons is that the Cardinals needed to address that offensive line situation, especially. He's been consistent about it. Yeah, when we had JB on the show, he's had one of those, that same kind of viewpoint as well. And that's, if I hope that this shines a light, and you never know, because it's one of those things where somebody says, "Oh Lord," they get in a bind and they say, "Oh Lord, if you just get me out of this, I'll do better." And then everything gets right, and they say, "Okay, I'm straight. I don't need to worry about that. I'm good." Right. So they hope that the Cardinals will make this an emphasis going into the next offseason. But since we have word that at least he'll be there, that at least makes me breathe a little bit easier, because one of the things that I clown with, especially with my younger son, that Kyler Murray is that chuck. He's chucking, he's ducking because the offensive line sometimes is letting him down, but he's also running around a little bit more and maybe not trusting what his eyes see as well.
Right, little Texas shoot from the hip, and Will drops in the comments. Atlanta Brown's available. I mean, depending on what they're looking at cap wise. I mean, and who knows? It's a little late in the game, I think, to make that move.
Yeah, because he just turned down that contract extension, right? The negotiations stalled. If I saw that correctly the other day, yeah,
that's true. So I mean, you never know what can happen, particularly as they get into cuts in training camp. So we'll see about that. All right, Mountain Man Mitch. Javon brought it up. And, the Bird Gang and Kyler, they're in talks for an extension, but there ain't no extension yet. So putting on your GM hat, do you think they should get something done before training camp? Do you think they will get something done before training camp? Or do you think ultimately, Kyler's going to play the season out and kind of, strap it up and just say, let's get to work? What is your assessment being a Titans fan looking at this situation?
They should take care of it. They know Kyler's going to be their franchise quarterback. Next year, every year, the quarterback price goes up. Guess who needs to get signed next year? Lamar Jackson. Then you have to go and fight the Lamar Jackson contract, so that's going to go and raise it. Save yourself the $30 million over 4 or 5 years and just sign him now. I don't understand why this is so hard for them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think ultimately you have to look at what is your honest alternative, because it's like we even proposed at the time. I mean, would they make a play for Deshaun Watson? Clearly that didn't happen. They're sure as hell not going to trade for Jimmy G. And what do they have coming out? So they have a pretty sure thing in terms of a franchise quarterback. Can he kind of elevate? God bless you. Jesus Christ. But hey, I mean, listen, if he doesn't get a deal with the Panthers, I mean, who the hell knows what could happen? But Javon, throwing it back to you, what do you think Kyler needs to really improve on to say, hey, Bird Gang, now that I've done these 2 or 3 things, you probably need to back up the Brinks truck. This is what I've done to elevate my game, to prove that I'm worthy of the big bag, as they say.
I think what it comes down to in this instance is that he can't prove it until the second half of the season, because what have we seen in the last 2 seasons is that tapering off, and so that's one. But the number 2 would be really it's not the prep, because we can't see the preparation during the week, but we can see the body language during the game. And we've seen that body language where it's almost as if when he's sitting off on the side by himself, it's not my fault, it's your fault. That's the impression. And so even if it's just a matter of him sitting over there with his offensive line or his wide receivers and saying, okay, what did I do? Listen, and if you get that impression, I think fans will become more enamored with him and therefore create more of that groundswell of support to really pay him his money. I think he's going to get paid either way, but I think those are things, at least visually, that he needs to show that improvement to have fans really get on board with him.
Yeah, I agree. To both your and Mitch's point, I think he ultimately is going to get paid, and it's almost kind of like you're assessing the attitude in terms of what is going to be consummate with a leader who makes that type of money. Because I mean, if you look at the flip side of Rodgers, people throw Rogan and his weird Kyrie Irving tattoo and all the shit that he says. The reality is his resume just as an individual player, maybe not as a winner, quote unquote, like deep into the postseason, has earned him the right to at least kind of give a little bit of BS. Does he probably give a little bit too much? Definitely. But the reality is Kyler's still very early in his career. He's still on his first contract technically, and he hasn't got to that point where it's like, no, dude, you haven't played in the Super Bowl yet. You haven't played deep in the playoffs yet. You haven't, won MVP, done this, done that. To be have that edge where it's like people can tolerate some of those things with you because of what you bring, skill set wise. And Mitch, appreciate you dropping in the chat. Will, to answer your question, the 1 year deal with the Chiefs, $16 million. So yeah, it's like he has to make a certain minimum anyway. So they're not going to even be able to, I think, afford to be able to bring him in, be the camp, unless I don't even think CBA wise he could even you can't give back any money. So yeah, he wouldn't be able to sign for less. So there you go. Mitch, throwing it back to you. This is interesting. This is a little bit under the radar. Javon, maybe you saw this as well. I saw this earlier. It was a statement from the NFLPA. And apparently he was accused in reporting, DeAndre Hopkins was, of using a masking agent to cover his positive PED test. But apparently it was determined that he, in fact, did not. Now, listen, we all know Goodell and the scales of justice when it comes to the NFL, right? So, Mitch, do you think now that it's been, correctly reported that he, in fact, did not try to hide his positive PED test, do you think that should affect his suspension, which, Javon, correct me if I'm wrong, I think is 6 games currently?
6 games. That's correct.
Mitch, do you think it should be the same, or do you think he should actually get a game or two docked off of his suspension?
I think the better question is not necessarily me, but is the NFL going to care? They hear this excuse every year. I hear this excuse every year. They don't care. It's 6 games. Every once in a while, somebody can sneak in a 4-gamer in there, and it's fair. That one confuses me. It's 6 games. The NFL's not going to buy it.
Yeah.
Let me jump in real quick. So here's what it's like, and maybe I've learned from my partner Ed Smith in terms of the analogies and examples that he uses. But it's almost like, so you got a group of friends. Let's say they're 4 friends, and they're all couples. Couple 1, that dude cheats on his girlfriend. And he tries to use some excuse. Couple 2, that dude cheats on his girlfriend too. Couple 3, that dude gets accused of cheating on his girlfriend because he exhibits the same signs as couple 1 and 2. You hang in the wrong circles, dog. You're just going to you're guilty by association, whether you really were, your car really did break down on the side of the road or whatever it was. So it's one of those things where unless you can really prove, because I think there was a couple of years ago, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, where there was a gentleman in the NFL that went to Mexico. And so he used that because they use so many chemicals and different types of things in terms of in the meat. That's why he tested.
Yes.
For some enhancing drug.
Was that Canelo? Didn't it have Canelo?
It might have. Maybe it was boxing, and maybe not.
Yeah, definitely a boxer. I can't remember.
I think it was Canelo. I remember that one.
Unless you can prove and really have some really outside the box type of argument to try to really. To try to raise doubt and therefore be able to get you off the hook. It's one of those things where you just got to kind of take it because there have been so many people that have erred. You are therefore guilty by association because of the industry that you work in and that suspicion that surrounds you.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I actually agree with you guys. It does reek a little bit of a dog ate my homework. You know what I mean? It's like, you kind of you had previous people kind of play themselves before you. But Mitch, you had another point. What you got?
Yeah. So if you didn't use it for a PED test, what do you use the masking agent for? It was still in his body.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. According to the statement, they said the masking agent wasn't there. He still tested positive for a PED. He just didn't have the masking agent because apparently Ian Rappaport reported that there was a masking agent present, but they're saying there wasn't a masking agent present.
I misunderstood the question then. My bad. It should be 4 games then. NFL has to defend that. It should be 4 games. I will gladly admit I was wrong. I think it should be 4.
No, and oddly enough, we'll see. It was Canelo. I remember that. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago. I'm trying to remember exactly when that was.
Good looking out.
Yeah. So I think that you're right. But your point was right about how a lot of players try to make that excuse. It just so happens that he was wrongfully accused of that part of it, but nonetheless, he should have known better what was actually going in the body, a la the PED. So there you go. Speaking of a receiver that apparently. Is drinking, I don't know, is he getting, sipping that Tijuana tea? Is he drinking from the fountain of youth? I don't know what this man is doing, but I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter. Our guy, friend of the show, future guest of the show, goddammit, Larry Legend, implied that he is still open to playing. He said, quote, on Twitter, "I'm not retired, simply retooling," was what he said. So, Mr. Adams...
Look,
halfway through the season, he's strapping up veteran minimum.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, look, this is not an apples to apples comparison, so don't skewer me on this. But I remember when Magic, because I'm a Laker fan. When Magic had been retired for a couple of years, and then he came back to the Lakers, and he was definitely on some power forward center type madness, point.
The hairline was going back a little bit. He was a little
definitely
in the paint. Yeah.
But the point is that yeah, you can be able to contribute, but you have to understand what your role is and have a realistic expectation. The thing is, you heard, I'm sure especially maybe JB heard rumors about how Kyler just wasn't really connecting with Larry or trying to reach out to him. You got a veteran, you got a legend in the building, and you're not going and saying, "Teach me everything you know. Tell me what you see so I can be a better quarterback." So that's the rumor. Let's just say the rumor. So allegedly, as we go and say. But aside from going to the Cardinals, where else could he go to really be able to have that type of impact, not only in the locker room? Because there's one thing, we know we know you were a legend, but what are you now? You weren't with our organization or in this city. But yeah, I think it would be cool to have him back because they need some help, I think, in that wide receiver room.
Would Arizona technically have to release him? Is his contract just up? Is he technically a free agent? That part is interesting. I actually don't know if there's a sports movie about this. We got to look that up. But Mitch, what do you think about Larry potentially strapping it up in some sort of, dare I say, player coach-esque role in that receiver room?
All right, so I want to clean this up a little bit. Larry Fitzgerald is not under contract, so he does not need to be released in Arizona.
All right.
Oh,
I'll take that. I'm a Raider fan, so I'll take that. So yeah, I'll take that.
So here, my thing is, he's going to come back, and the saying goes, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Who's his best friend in the NFL? Tom Brady. Where's a good retirement home? Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, here he comes, and all of the Cardinal fans are not going to be too thrilled to see him back running with Tom Brady down there.
That's producer that doesn't exist. Timestamp that one. That one's going to get repurposed for Instagram. You heard it here first.
I do think the Cardinals would be happy. The Cardinal fans would be happy for them because that's what you have. It doesn't happen with every fan base and in every sport, but there are those players that are so beloved by their team that they say, if you're not going to win here, we want you to win somewhere. It's happened in hockey. I think of Bork, but the point is that it happens. So when you have that happen, I don't think that they would begrudge him to try to go and get that Super Bowl.
It happened with old Matty S. I mean, the Lions fans are wishing him well, and first year in LA, he gets the ring. So there you go.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden he's a Hall of Famer. Do you feel he's a Hall of Famer?
At this point, yeah, I do. Okay. Because I think that's what because he's achieved all the other than like MVP, like from like a stat standpoint, he's got all the other things. But now he's got you know how the Hall of Fame is. You need sometimes the ring, like Eli's in the goddamn Hall of Fame, but it's the rings that legitimize. Or he'll probably get there. Let me rephrase. Right. But nonetheless, I don't know that Larry's so ingrained in that damn community in Phoenix. I don't know if I could see him go into the humidity, Javon, the humidity in Tampa. Mitch is talking about retirement homes. The mosquitoes biting his ass all the time.
Bruce Arians was so ingrained in that community, and then he also went to, where did he go again? I don't remember. I think it's Tampa Bay.
Well done.
No honor amongst thieves. Good God Almighty. All right, well, we'll see, Larry, if you're even coming back, period. But we're definitely going to keep an eye on that. And finally, before we move on from the segment, Mr. Adams, being the only person on this broadcast currently located in the greater desert area, who is a rookie going into camp that you are keeping your eye on, good sir?
Oh, good Lord. I would suppose it's the tight end that came from, Colorado? Just because... Yes.
Trey McBride, Colorado
State. Trey McBride. So the reason I say that is because I would have thought that since we know that Hopkins is going to be out for 6 weeks, so who's going to step up in that wide receiver room? So yes, I know he's a tight end, but the way in which we anticipate he'll be used in that offense, that will be a key to get them through maybe that first 6 weeks. Because when I look. When it's crazy to be able to try to prognosticate, but when you look at those first 6 weeks, I have them maybe at like 3 and 3 and 3 and 3, maybe 2 and 4 ish, because they got to go. It's is going to be tough. But so if you have some of that additional output, some of that additional support from that wide receiver core, from the tight end, who they say can flex out and almost act like a wide receiver, I think that could be somebody who can really shine bright.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good bet. I mean, look, Zach Ertz is obviously still a solid player. Is he probably a little bit past his prime? Yeah, probably at this point. So they need that depth. And if Trey can really add, versatility to their offense, particularly, a lot of ways how tight ends can be, particularly for Kyler once he gets a little feet happy and scrambles out. Sometimes you do need that reliable security blanket. And I'm wondering if they are going to do any 2 tight end sets this year, having both of those guys. I'm also particularly curious about Keontae Ingram, because obviously, with the changes that they've had, losing Chase Edmonds, but obviously they retained James Conner. I'm curious to see how he's used, and if James Conner's considered a 3-down back, if there's a little more interchange, depending on the actual set, with having even like Jonathan Ward coming in. So I'm curious. I mean, they have an interesting running back room. And then obviously, they picked up a couple guys there on defense, outside linebacker. So we will see, Bird Gang. But that is it for some Bird Gang training camp Savage preview for now. Before we get into a brand new segment that I'm unveiling with you, fine gentlemen. Just got to pay some quick bills here. Again, make sure to tap in with our friends at valleyboyassociation.com. Use code podcast22 for 20% off your order at checkout. Go to valleyboyassociation.com. You know what I'm saying? We got the shirts. They loaded me with the whole fit and kit for the summer. Get yours now, valleyboyassociation.com. And again, make sure to tap in with our guys. It's timdubai.com. Our guy, Tim, Dr. T. Text review to 555-444-7003 or follow him at It's Tim Dubai on Instagram. And again, please, if you're tapping in on any of our platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram, follow us at JB and Benny Blue. Do so on TikTok as well. And of course, we're available on casualsports.com, live streaming out there in the desert, baby. Bam. All right, gentlemen. I'm unveiling a new segment that I wish JB was here for, but damn it. Maybe he's at the Carl's Jr. drive-thru. Who knows with this guy at this point? You know what I'm saying? Although he's a pescatarian, so maybe he's getting a fish sandwich. All right? This is a brand new segment, and I've designed this this time around some of the futures betting odds that we are going into the season for individual players and teams. And this one is designed to be interrogation room style. Oh my God, who could it be? It's KB. Oops,
I mean interrogation room and had to come back.
Thanks for joining us at the party, sir.
I came in for the second half like Cam did. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Javon. What's up, Javon? Adam, nothing like
what's good, man?
Feel like I ain't seen you forever, man. And Mitch,
yes,
it Mitch is good to see you too. Right?
hey, what's good, man?
He's here.
Cool, you know what I'm saying? I had to deal with some traffic, man. It was a bad accident. I don't like right past 7th Street, and I think it might have been fatal and it was bad, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh. So, we here now, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. We up in this thing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, join the combo.
Right on time, too.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah, yes, you are right on time for a brand new segment that we are rolling out.
Oh, yeah?
Irrigation style. And Dr. Bridges, I'm not sure if you've been able to hear since you've been on. We have a soundboard now. Shout out to StreamYard. We now officially have live sound and music in this damn broadcast. So there you go. Shout out to production value.
Production value. Yes, sir.
Speaking of which, make sure to check the mic. You might be coming out of your headphone mic. Just double check that real quick.
Will do. All right.
But in the meantime, it's a brand new segment. We're going to press you interrogation style. What I need from you, gentlemen, is a simple answer. And if I like the answer or want to hear more, I will press you for more detective style. Think of this as Law and Order SVU on a new segment with an instrumental that I picked specifically for Mr. Adams to be on that I know he would appreciate. It is a brand new segment called Yes or No. And I'm playing the music right now, damn it. It's called Yes or No interrogation style. Boom. All right. Play.
The mic sound.
There it is. Sounded beautiful. Beautiful. All right. You can get with this or you can get with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Who's the black sheep? We out.
I'm darker than JB, so I'm
Mitch, we know you don't know nothing about this. It's okay. It's all right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mitch, we're going to learn today in the words of Kevin Hart. All right.
Oh, you're going to learn today.
Mr. Adams, this first one is coming to you, my friend. If you didn't see, which I'm sure you did, the Raiders were the #1 team in net ticket revenue in 2021. That means they made the most money from ticket sales over every other team. And as I was telling our KSRN boys, JB, before he got on, all this is based around betting odds. So,
of course, yeah.
Mr. Adams,
yes,
the Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders will win the AFC West plus 650. Yes or no?
No.
Why? Expand on that. We'll probe that one.
Man, we know where they play. We got Kansas City. We got even with
the Chargers, man.
Yeah, the Chargers. I mean, it's just so
dangerous.
Broncos is so much competition there. I mean, I might put like $5 or $10 down on it just for the hell of it if I just feel like not caring about losing a few dollars because it'll get you some money. But I'm just saying, I don't think that they are. No.
Well, the trick to betting, Javon, you know what I'm saying, is you got to bet what you're willing to lose. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Right.
This is true. I can lose $10. I ain't mad about it. I can even put 20 on it.
Right.
There it is. I looked up.
Right. When you're taking out a loan against a mortgage, that's when we have a problem. That's when you have to have that hard time.
Maybe that's why.
That's why they got the 1-800 number down there.
That's why maybe when I use those certain apps that I'm the one when I'm talking to Ed about. I say, Ed, I won $6. He said, how much you bet? And I said, oh, well, don't worry about that. I have a low threshold. Because I don't like to lose money, so I get really happy when I win like $10. But yeah, if I was going to put 20, I'll put 20 on that. Yeah, okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if I did not cash in.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you say no. All right, Dr. Bridges, I'm throwing it to you. God damn it. The Cardinals win the NFC West plus 400. Yes or no?
You said the Cardinals win the NFC West?
Yes.
Yes. What do you mean? Yes.
Yourself.
All right.
Explain
because it's Bird Gang all day. I don't give a damn what nobody say. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's Bird Gang all day. We are a dangerous football team, right? If we see the maturation of Lil Man, if he matures a little bit, we're going to be a dangerous football team. When I say mature a little bit, meaning that he learns his escape routes, you know what I'm saying? He learns to get rid of the ball. He learns to run for those 3 yards when he needs to get first downs, right? Hey, and once Hop comes back, I mean, look, hey, listen, dangerous, all right? Yes, fuck yes. I'm with it all day.
All right. Mitch, do you have a retort to his prediction?
I don't know if I do. I was thinking really hard on this. Rams could have a Super Bowl slump. I'm going to, you know what? Sure. I'm on your side, JB. Yes, why not?
Wow.
Welcome back, Mitch.
Download FanDuel today. I mean, place your bets, baby. Plus 400. Get that.
You know it's going down. You know what I'm saying?
Good Lord. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I can see him getting it.
You know?
Plus 400? Hey, that's a nice little come up. You put a little hot 25 on that thing. That's a nice little come up.
The thing is, you don't know how the Rams are even going to care about the regular season. And they just say we get into the regular season, get into the postseason, and the Cardinals are going full bore, and they win. Yeah, I might see how much money I got in my little account.
There you go.
All right, very good. Mitch, you're in the interrogation seat now, my friend. And this one, you better be smart with your answer.
No.
Yes or no? My kitties will get me over on 6.5 minus 115.
Yes.
Hey, please explain.
Well, Green Bay just lost Devontae Adams, and they usually already steal 1 win from them. They could easily steal 2 wins from Chicago. They could steal another win from Minnesota just off of luck. So there's, 4? Oh, no, you just have to win 3 games. Shucks. How hard is that? Like, they got this.
All right.
That's Mitch showing love. That's Mitch showing love now.
That was the most sarcastic positivity I've ever heard. I appreciate
that. That's like the backhanded compliment.
That's as backhand as you get.
7 games. There's 17 games now. Like I have faith in that coach. That coach seems good. I think he can go and lead them.
Yeah,
he got a lot of black folks on his staff too. So I'm rooting for
a lot of former players.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
former
players.
Baby, the culture.
It's all about the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. Well, I'm biased aside. I am taking the over. I actually predicted that they're going to double up their wins from 3 to 6. So if it's 6.5 because Vegas is being cheeky, I'm taking that half a point. And damn it, let's ride. I'll put my dough on that to come up a little bit because the odds are in the favor that they will hit the over according to Vegas. Mitch, I was not enthused. I have you in the interrogation chair. I was not enthused by your answer. So I'm throwing this next one back to you. Damn it, Mountain Man Mitchell Hughes. The Panthers will make the playoffs if Baker Mayfield as their starter plus 400. Yes or no?
This is the meanest punishment you've ever given me. This was so bad.
Wow.
God, who's in that? So I don't think Saints
Bucks,
will.
Saints.
I don't think Atlanta will.
Ooh.
Who else is in
Atlanta.
that division?
Atlanta.
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yep.
The Bucks really ruined that one for me. I was so I'm going to say no. They're not going to be a wild card team. They'll miss it by one game.
Okay. Mr. Adams, do you have a retort?
I would say yeah, because I don't think the Saints are going to be any good.
You think they're going to win a wild card?
Yeah, I think he might stick it to a wild. I mean,
but you to say you don't think the Saints are going to be any good? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Jameis, I don't know, dog.
Potentially no for a little bit.
Before he got hurt, that's perfectly fine. They got
I think it'll come close. I don't think it'll become one of those I told you like midway through the season, but I think that they'll eke into the playoffs, and it'll be because Baker's that dude that loves to have the chip on his shoulder. I told you couldn't push that shopping cart faster than that other dude over there. I'll show you I can do it. And so he's that guy that really likes to operate off of that. And so I think if nothing else, this will be that blip on the radar, because I don't think he's not necessarily untalented, but I think that they might eke into the playoffs.
Listen, again, NFC South, Tampa, of course, is probably going to end up winning it, right? The Saints are loaded, right? And to get Jameis Winston back, that's the trade-off for being Adam Kamara-less for a couple games, right? Tyrann Mathieu solidifies their defensive backfield, right? You still got Cam Jordan, and their defensive line is as solid as they come, right? What's the linebacker's name? Who's DeMario, right? Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
I ain't mad at you.
The only thing that I questioned, and they kind of addressed it in the offseason, the offensive line, right? Andrew Speed will be healthy, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and then Baker Mayfield, he's going to come back, like you said, Javon, I got to prove a point to your ball. And I said it on one of our some content. We put up a little video, a reaction video about when he got signed, that, the Panthers are going to have a good season, right? But to make that in the NFC South, now, you got two teams that are playoff bound. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Saints are going to be a wild card. You know what I'm saying? And Tampa's going to win it. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay,
might not be a bad put $10
again.
on that. You might be all right.
But for plus 400, I'll drop a hot 20 on that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just chill. You ain't even tripping. You look at the end of the season and say they didn't make it. You're like, ain't nothing.
Plus 400, hey, that's going to get you a nice little chunk of change at the end of the season.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dr. Bridges. Let's see if we can get your gambling juices flowing on this one. Jimmy Garoppolo will be traded to the Houston Texans before the trade deadline plus 150. Yes or no?
I can't say yes because the Houston Texans, I don't know, right? Because I don't think the Houston Texans have anything to give, you know what I'm saying, San Francisco for them. Like, what does Houston have to give them, right, besides draft picks? You know what I'm saying? And, like, the numbers to the masseuses that kind of catch Deshaun down bad. Right? So,
too soon. You were ruthless.
Listen, but I'm saying that's all they can give them. Houston don't have nothing to give. Houston is not a very talented football team. They're just not right now. They have a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? David Culley was kind of the scapegoat, you know what I'm saying? But, of course, Lovie Smith being their coach now, he got some work to do. It's going to take him 2 years, 3 years to build that team like he wanted to be. They have nothing to give him. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo goes to them. But I will, however, put a monkey wrench in the program and say Seattle, because Seattle has no quarterback right now, right? And, you know what I'm saying, they need something. So, Would San
Francisco trade with their rival, though?
Jimmy Garoppolo, you think they give a damn? They had him. They know what he's not capable of. So, yeah, I'll trade his ass away.
You saying it's like that Donovan McNabb when they trade him to the Washington Redskins or something like that? Oh, my God. It's not that bad, right?
But, I mean, look, so Garoppolo, we talk about this cat. He is a game manager. He is a little bit below a game manager at best.
Okay.
All right.
Man, that's the utter disrespect. You can go over there. I ain't tripping. You can go ahead and date that dude.
Right, yeah, go on over there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm out here making money, girl. Oh, good Lord.
Man, all right. So JB saying no to the Texans. All right. Speaking of having the masseuses on line one, Mitchell, Watson the suspension will be over 7.5 games. The line is minus 150. Yes or no, good sir?
Is this initial or after like they go and try doing all the settlement, like where the NFLPA comes in and the official ruling?
This is the current line as of today, based on what is being heard in the air about what might happen.
I think initially he gets 10 games, but they settle it at about 7. So I'm gonna just have to say no. I mean, initial will be yes, but officially no. I don't know how Vegas does their rulings.
Okay, all right, Dr. Adams, you got a prediction on this?
I think it's going to be over. I think it'll be 8. 8 is what I think it'll be. It's just, I mean, I haven't been in the locker rooms like you, JB, so I don't know if players even really care about all that stuff because you just want the dude next to you to be able to do his job. But I think at some point, I mean, you just have to say, look, man, damn, dog, stop doing that. And allegedly. And
right.
And I think it'll be 8. I think it'll be 8. That's where there's 2 more than it'll be 8. I think it'll be 8.
Okay, JB.
I do believe that they're gonna try to do 10 games with him. I honestly, I say 10, but I say it reluctantly. I really think that they're gonna try to give him 6 games, and that's pretty much it, right? At one point they were talking about he might not get any games, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a bunch of speculation, right? It just is what it is. Now, it's conduct unbecoming of the NFL. Yeah, we get that. And it's embarrassing to the NFL and all this other shit. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like punishing somebody for doing something that, we don't really know you did. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, and I mean, they do it to a lot of black men. Let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it to black men for years. And they still doing it. But outside of that, I just think that he's not going to get what everybody thinks he's going to get. Like, so over 7 games, no, I don't think so. Every 7.5 games, I don't think so, right? I think he's gonna get punished for a certain amount, but I think he's gonna end up getting 4 game suspension. That is what he's gonna get.
Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
You think
I wouldn't be surprised whatever the range of whatever that range is. If it was 4, I wouldn't be surprised, and if it was 8 or 10, I wouldn't be surprised because I just wonder how much they're just saying. What's the bottom line in terms of trying to drive revenues? Versus, the fans will get over it real quick. The ones that are saying, I would never root for him because there are a lot of people that I'm a Laker fan that said Kobe did XYZ or was accused of doing XYZ. Right. And I'm a Laker fan and I was just, man, that's some crazy stuff. But are you going to play in that playoff game, dog?
Right,
right. So you fight with yourself.
Right.
You fight with yourself on that.
And the fans know that they got a better product at quarterback than they had. So, they hungry for some wins in Cleveland.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Will says, I think they'll massage out 4 games. Jesus, Will. Got him. All right. So that's that with that. Finally finishing this up, we're going to take it to the award season. All right. And Mitch, I told you we're going to be talking about our guy, so I'm throwing it to you. Derrick Henry, yes or no, is going to win Comeback Player of the Year plus 400.
Yep.
He's getting it?
Yep, he's a popular player in the first place. A lot of people like him. They were sad that, he got injured last year. So the only way, I mean, even if he gets 1,500 is a lot. I don't want to make it sound like it's not. But even if he gets between 1,400 and 1,500 yards, gets double-digit touchdowns, he's going to be the Comeback Player of the Year just based off of his popularity.
Wow. Okay.
What if, based upon what JB said, if it's only 4 games?
Nope. Not popular.
And he comes back and he balls out.
Yeah. Could you imagine that plot?
Now, one thing that they won't do is give him that award, right? They'll slap him on the wrist. They won't give him that award. Now, you know what I'm saying?
No,
he get him number 1 spot. All that stuff playing ludicrous the whole time, and they say, "Nah, dog, we're
not giving you that award."
But no.
Javon, I'm loving this. Could you imagine that WWE heel turn? Holy shit!
Man. They'll have more protesters outside the fucking Cleveland Browns stadium. You know what I'm saying? You can possibly imagine. And look, they'll be protesting on the way in with their tickets because, they're in the playoffs.
Right.
True that. I'm just saying. That's the first thing that popped into my mind.
Real is real. Real is real. Right.
All right, Dr. Bridges, I'll send this next one to you. Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's a plus 700. Yes or no, good sir?
No, but again, I put a high 25 on that, because he's probably, if he does start, which I don't think he's going to start. Here's the thing. Mitchell Trubisky is not a bad quarterback. He played for Matt Nagy, right? He was in a Matt Nagy offense. Like he would make anybody look bad, and he's shown that, right? You know what I'm saying? So, poor N'Keal Harris going over to the Bears. But no, he's not even going to start. You know what I'm saying? But if by chance something happens, again, that's a nice little hot 25 to put on for plus 700. Hey, you go get a nice little. But I'm saying no, but I still, I'll creep over there to the wild horse, to throw a little something on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to the wild horse. All right. There you go. All right. Mr. Adams, I'm throwing this next one to you.
Okay.
Aiden Hutchinson will win Defensive Rookie of the Year plus 550. He's actually tied currently with Kayvon Thibodeau, but he gets a slight edge because his pick. So, yes or no? What do you think?
Gosh, that's a coin flip. I wouldn't mind putting 25 on that. I think so. I mean, what your Lions were on the defensive side of the ball, if I'm not mistaken, they were definitely respectable, right? So you bring somebody in, and
I would say they moved from garbage juice to just the garbage.
Oh,
they leveled up slightly.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Wow. They're getting better. Hey, they're getting better.
I mean, progressive.
But the thing is,
damn,
if you're on a team that has low expectations and you really flash, that gives you the opportunity to show what you can do because you have all those opportunities. So yeah, I'll probably go with that.
They're gonna be much improved, and definitely, like you said, it might just be the scenario where he's at as opposed to where Thibodeau's at. So yeah, we'll see. And finally, Mountain Man Mitch. Josh Allen will win NFL MVP plus 700. Actually, the Bills have the best odds currently to win the Super Bowl. Yes or no, Mr. Hughes?
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
That's money. I might. Is that what it is right now?
Yeah.
I might go put some money on that. That's real because I think folks is going to be trying to do the same thing that they try to do to push a narrative during whatever season they about to try to push that dude to do it.
These odds, right, are going to stick. You know what I'm saying? So for the next 3 weeks, it's pretty much what it's going to be during camp, so on and so forth. These odds are going to stick, right? So yeah, you might want to drop a little money on that one. That one, right, I can see happening, right? Because he made the playoffs last year, had one of the most outstanding playoff games that we've ever seen against Kansas City, right? Back and forth, right? And then, was it the Kansas City or the Raiders? Which one was it? It was Kansas City, right?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Back and forth, and then Kansas City ended up getting the best of them. Hey,
all they keep talking about is Josh Allen.
They're looking for the next one, right? And when I say the next one, you guys know what we're talking about. The next great white quarterback, right? They're looking for him. They need him. They got to find somebody they have to find somebody to put in that slot because Aaron Rodgers has become the bad guy, right? Ben Roethlisberger is gone, right? So they got to find somebody to put in that slot. They have to, and Josh Allen, he fits. He's that round pig that goes in that round hole. He's the one.
I don't know what you mean, dog.
Even with Josh Allen, think of all the narratives. Like Josh Allen supposedly got screwed because of a coin toss. Mm-hmm. He was once the most erratically, horribly accurate quarterback ever. Now he's actually accurate. Yeah. He's got Stephon Diggs. All the narratives are already built for Josh Allen to win this. So I feel like the odds are awesome.
I might do that tonight.
Yeah.
There it is.
Might want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I might, yeah.
But somebody pay for a semester of high school. I mean, a college or somebody with that one.
Ooh,
hey, I'm saying that's gonna be a nice little lick. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I can see it happening. The only thing that can deter that is if Lamar Jackson, because it's his contract year, he's trying to get that dust. You know what I'm saying? So If he come out smoking and do, you know what I'm saying, and go back to Lamar old, then yeah, Josh Allen ain't really got no chance to win it.
And that, if we're being honest, that one would actually net you the better return, right? If Lamar Jackson won MVP, because of where the odds are, you come up more off of that, with like you said, the narrative, and the expectation. Without
a doubt. Because right now, you know what I'm saying, like I'm pretty sure that if he's on the list, if he's even, I'm pretty sure he's probably like plus 1,500.
Woo!
Right. Again. I mean, I'll pull it up again on DraftKings.
Yeah. Let's check
plus 700.
Let's check and see.
So let's see. So he is, he's plus 2,000 right now.
Oh my God,
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. So you want to talk about a hot dollar come up? You want to talk about?
Look.
I'll be right back.
My goodness.
All right, we got to get up out of here. But as the reviewers and the OG reviewers know, Dr. Bridges always gives it to us straight, tells it like it is. So, Dr. Bridges, without further ado, you know what time it is. Complete with music, good sir. We need us. Talk to the people. What you got on your heart, sir?
Just love. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say is love. Right? We need more of it. We need more love in the world today. All right. Yeah, it's kind of a mild era right now. You know what I'm saying? We still got people shooting people. We still got these little kids going crazy. Parents, be parents to your children. Stop not paying attention to what they're doing and start paying attention to what they're doing. Get in their business. White parents, go in little Billy's room, all right, and see what the hell he's doing. See what the hell he's watching. Look at his computer. See who he's talking to, all right? It could save someone's life. Kids, if you see something, hear something, tell it. You are not a rat. You are a hero, all right? Because this ain't no gangster shit. This is bullshit, right? You know what I'm saying? But we need more love. We just need more love in the world today. And especially, we know the crime rate's about to go down, right? Because football season's about to start back. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the most wonderful time of the year. So we made it again. Baby. We made it again, ladies and gentlemen, to another football season. Camp has officially started. Some of the rookies reported this past week, right? Veterans will be reporting in the next 4 days. Hey, we have officially made it. So let's start to love, all right? This is the time to do it. You know, football brings everybody together. Race, creeds, religions, colors. It don't matter, right? Let's start to love more, all right? And that is the final thought from your boy, JB.
Bam, bam. There it is. Our thanks to our KSRN Arizona, casualsports.com family, Javon, J. Love Adams, Money, Makin, Mitchell, Hughes. You will see them on again, particularly as we get close to the season. You already know we're going to do our patented roundtable. We'll be going all types of shit that we got to talk about with the whole family on the live stream. So make sure to stick around for that. But in the meantime, make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue on all social media. You know the damn deal. Tap in, casualsports.com. You can listen to this live streaming right there out of the desert. If you still want the podcast, $1, that hot dollar, Patreon.
That hot dollar, right?
Slash JB and Benny Blue and all that good shit. And yeah, man, any questions, sponsorship, hate mail, if you want to be a guest on the show, get at us, JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com. And that's it. Until next time, episode 225, ladies and James, we love you so much. And we will see you next time. Peace out, baby. Woo.
Much love, y'all.
Buddy, much love, baby.